When Michael first came to see me, I just completed the Ignatian exercises and I felt freer than I'd ever felt in my life before. Um, I'd also had recently started a new parish ministry, a big parish, and I was enthused about putting into practice on the ground the principles of the new evangelization. And I knew that I'd be able to talk enthusiastically about that, and I wanted to show off what we were doing. But I felt that it might just be an ego trip. And so I wrote to the bishop, and the bishop said, more or less, get on with it because it'll be good for the church. He said it in a more decorous way than that. And so I was able to press on. I think that people might well be surprised by how full-on parish ministry is. This is a big parish, but it's kind of non-stop, really. There are very few opportunities just to chill. And I like that. It suits my personality. Also, you might be surprised that a lot of our ministry isn't to the core group of parishioners, although that's very important to us. It's like 5-minute pastoral episodes where you're engaging with somebody at a particular moment in their life, just trying to demonstrate respect for them, to allay any anxieties that they may have in talking to a priest. It's a very bitty ministry in our modern Western culture. And in one sense, that's dissatisfying. But in another sense, you're never aware of the full extent of the impact that you're having, or God is, through your ministry, is having upon people's lives. And that's very exciting. You're conscious that the power of the Holy Spirit extends beyond those who are sitting in the pew at any one particular moment. Another thing that people might be interested in is that the priest really is only nominally in charge, because there's all sorts of lay people exercising leadership very properly all around him, and just informing him about what's happened after it's happened. And the older I get, and the more relaxed I am about that. I'm just so glad that the Holy Spirit is moving people to engage using their own particular aptitudes and experience in this way. What I would hope for people to take away from this film, I would wish Catholics to see how marvellous their faith is. Most of my ministry is oriented to Catholics who are half-hearted at best. They've got a gut sense of association with the church, but because of personal circumstances or the fact they've succumbed to all sorts of currents in our culture, mean that they aren't happy in their faith anymore. It's a kind of vestigial faith, and they want more. And there's a super clip in the film where a lady with learning difficulties, upon my telling her precisely what's going to happen when she gets baptized, it says, yes, great. And I would wish that people seeing this film would be able to say, yes, great. And also, for those who don't believe, I would hope that this film challenges their unbelief, and helps them to take more seriously the truth claims of the church. And something occurred to me when I was watching the film, which had not really dawned on me before, and that is, albeit that what the church teaches about what it is to be a human person, about our destiny before God, about the action of the Holy Spirit within our hearts, all of this is cast iron, certain stuff, and extremely plausible. But its plausibility only becomes apparent to one who is moved by the same Holy Spirit to participate within the community of believers. I don't know why it is precisely, but at that moment, then that which the church teaches becomes instantly more credible. There's a kind of an emotional moment of letting down one's guard and being with these people, which then allows us intellectually to perceive more acutely that which is indeed the case. So I would hope that people who don't believers and watch this film pop along to the local parish and get involved. With regard to the child sex abuse scandal, I think this film shows a priest who loves being with children. I didn't realise how much I enjoyed their company until I saw myself chatting to them in the film, in the sacristy, or laughing at them as they topple over while I'm teaching them to genuflect. And I know that our response to the child abuse scandals has been slow and laboured and stumbling, but we are getting there. And our children need priests to be alongside them. There's something about the priest's love for children which complements their parents' love and which mediates in a particular way the love of God the Father for them. And I know that when I pay attention to children, serious, proper, focused attention, taking them seriously, that they blossom, they flourish, and our children need to flourish. So priests, we need to get among them. In fact, there's a lovely scene which wasn't actually shown in the film when I'm bouncing up and down on a trampoline with some children on a youth group trip. And that just represents, I don't know, it's like an icon for me for the way I should be with children, just enjoying life alongside them, because they are helping me in that film just to forget about everything apart from the sheer pleasure of bouncing up and down.